So thanks, guys. We're going to be reading a Black History Reader by Dr. Claude Anderson. Um, so in between, we'll be talking, and the video won't be too long. We're just promoting the organization. We're promoting the programs in the organization that we're very proud of. We have reading groups that start off with. Um, we are we we have a program that's a Scouts program, and we have three pillars to that. We have sports, we have wilderness, and we have urban. And the urban is the most important one. We go over reading, we go over reading different types of books to increase our children's knowledge, understanding, and participation. And we believe that if you increase the knowledge, plus you increase participate understanding, plus those two will increase the participation, and all those three will decrease the incarceration rate over time. That's our belief, and that's what we're going to be going by to help guide us, including using Dr. Anderson's wonderful books that he's taken the time to write, and we appreciate that. So we're going to jump into page 6. Um, we've been reading along. We're going to jump into page 6, and then we'll talk a little bit. It is critically important that Black Americans understand the disadvantages of an underclass status. By the very nature of its socioeconomic conditions, an underclass is predestined to live at the lowest level of the system as beggars and criminals. We understand to a certain extent, but we've accepted the position that we've been pushed into by a lot of different forces. It seems like we've accepted that position, and there's a lot of shenanigans. There's a lot of games that are played. We know the games that are played with our people, our group, but we still have to push forward, and that's why we created the organization. And we hope one day it will turn into an institution that can help guide our children from the cradle to college, in the future. So moving on, neither civil rights nor social integration can effectively help them to escape from their underclass status. America's ranking order of social acceptability is tightly woven into the nation's psyche. There are groups that just accept, in addition to us, they accept our position at the bottom, and they prefer our position to be at the bottom. And that's why one of the things with the NAEP scores is the if you're not familiar, they're the national report card of the nation. They have our group. Our group has itself at the bottom, where we're number 4 behind all groups. Um, from what I've seen, we're behind all groups, and it's not fair to try to lump in other groups with our group just so that we don't feel they don't want us to see the fact that we are doing so poorly, and we are doing poorly because the adults are not doing enough for our children, and that's where it goes. We have to take responsibility, and me first and foremost, as an elder, as a member of the Black community, I need to come up with ideas. I need to come up with solutions, and that's what we're trying to do. um, America's ranking order of social acceptability is tightly woven into the nation's psyche. Some group, some group has to be at the bottom. It is not possible for every group to be equal in socioeconomic status. It's not possible, but at the same time, is when you're playing sports, no one expects one team to be at the front every season. It's never like that. It's this team was great in 2000 and 2010. This team took over in 2016, and now this team is dominant in 2023. It's supposed to move across the board depending on what you're doing, but it doesn't work like that. It seems in our society when it comes to us. We're always at the bottom, and we shouldn't be always at the bottom. So the question is, can blacks muster the mental focus, resources, and determination to break out of and escape after so many years of being frozen at the bottom? If someone steals your car, you want your car back or something equal of value to replace it. Blacks must find a way to recapture what was lost or stolen from them and to use it to escape their constitutionally designated underclass status. We will and we can, but we have to move as a group, and that's what Dr. Anderson teaches, and that's what the scriptures teach. We have to move as a group, and our individual the individuals in the black community that are doing wonderfully on their own, we all have to network and come together and start to build institution for our children. It's not fair. It's not fair to hand off nothingness to our children. It's not fair. So as a group, we need to hand off something to that generation. When we speak of our children, we speak of them as a group. We say the generation X, generation Y, generation ABC. But when we're handing something off to them, we don't say we're handing this generation, this elder generation, whatever generation is handing off these accomplishments, these preparations to generation. It's not from group to group. It's basically we only identify them as a group, but we don't hand anything off to them as a group that they can use as a group to move themselves forward. So we have to do that as a group. We have to do that as elders, women and men, elders. We have to do it in the black community. It's being done in other communities. In other communities, it's being done. We're not, we're not trying to invent the wheel. We're just trying to do what other groups are doing. And sometimes it seems to be impossible. And it's like that because we have a lot of interfacers that we deal with in our community. But thanks anyway for coming in and tapping on, guys, and listening. I appreciate you. And take a look at the website, nepaba.org, and email me, uh, nepaba@aol.com. Sign your kids up for the Garveyite Scouts. And if you can, if you want, if you think you can donate, we appreciate it. If you think we're only worth $1, donate $1. You know, we'll take that dollar and we'll make the most of it. Thanks a lot.